I definitely think EA are up to something because we're yet to hear a word about the glitch that was going on, whether it was a glitch or not even. Will the bans be overturned? Because there were people that were getting wrongfully banned too. There's a whole lot to talk about with that whole situation. So we're gonna talk about that in today's video. And also we have a return of some legends in past FIFAs we'll talk about. And a lot of random tidbits of info we'll talk about today. Because that's kind of what mostly today's video is. We do have this new icon pick to open in today's video though. This 93 plus great to the game futties team 1 or 2 icon pick. I feel like that's got to be at least somewhat decent, to be honest with you. It's 93 or higher as well. So we're going to try that out, and hopefully I can finally change my luck and pack something half decent. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Also, I did finish the futties crafting upgrade, and isn't it hilarious how with Pale tools now, it's actually possible to complete this in like a day or two? Think about completing 160 of these without Pale tools. Could you imagine doing that now? Could you imagine being 25 years old and your voice still cracks? Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. We did get RVP, and he's not 5'5", so we're not even getting a 5-star Van Persie in August. I mean, okay. I know I complained a lot, guys, but what are we doing with a whipped pass winger Van Persie without 5'5"? Are we sure we want to release that one? Thank God for evolutions, because my God, they've been fun so far for futties. That's been like the best part of futties so far, for me at least. And now we'll on to leaks and news. And before we even get into anything I was gonna talk about, I forgot to mention in the intro of this video that the Rush deep dive, or the Rush trailer, Rush gameplay trailer, actually comes out today at, I think it's 2 hours before content again. We might see some more Ultimate Team info just in general when this deep dive comes out. So I'll talk about it in, I think, our daily videos. I don't think people really care about the Rush trailer, honestly. So we'll just talk about it in tomorrow's video at that point. But hey, if you want a free 25k pack, you can watch the trailer for 3 minutes. Are they desperate for views? You be the judge on that one. And there were also big time server issues today. So if you had that problem, it wasn't just you. It's apparently fixed now, but EA tweeted nothing about that either. They just kind of fixed themselves, I guess. But okay. So obviously yesterday we talked about this glitch. I'm going to talk about it again today a little bit because there's been no updated information at all. And it's been quite a while now. If EA really wanted to tweet something out about this glitch and say, hey, if you do this, this will happen to you, or this was unintended, or really just anything at this point, I feel like they would have tweeted something out by now. You could say maybe they're just waiting to see everybody who does the glitch and then ban them. There's a chance that that happens, but I don't really know why they haven't yet. I guess the only thing I can think of maybe is they just really don't care anymore. Like they don't care enough to really put an end to this because it's just a games played thing. It doesn't really account for much of anything in terms of an advantage anymore, really. You can get XP quicker, I guess, but it's only 25 or like less XP a game in those glitched games, so it's really not a whole lot of an advantage. Also, a bunch of PC players even got banned for having other players score 3 goals against them and leaving. So clearly, to me, that seems like a mistake then on all the fronts where people are getting banned. So it looks like bans are just like probably not happening as of now for this glitch. Now, obviously, it could happen at any point. If EA decide to ban you for it, they just are going to and not give a fuck about you. Because in my opinion, the glitch doesn't really do much harm, but EA are not going to care about that. And honestly, anytime you glitch anything, you always have the risk of getting banned. So it does feel like though this PC issue with people getting banned, I saw somebody in my comments yesterday saying I got perma banned. A couple guys actually said that yesterday. It looks like that should be a glitch because this guy down here says, you know, it was a random ban wave since 4 days ago. So it doesn't look like people are actually going to get banned for this glitch, at least as of right now. The first ban wave we saw was not about it. So I guess if that's any solace and if you do it or not, then go for it. But the fact that EA have not tweeted anything yet shows me that they either really just don't care enough about it right now to put an end to it, or they're waiting for everybody to do it and then ban everybody. I don't think it's that serious, but anytime you glitch anything in the game, it always could happen if it just decide that they want to do it. So I don't know what's going on with that, but at this point, take this information for what you will, I suppose. But okay, FC25 Leaks has actually been very right about things. Every time he tweets something that ends up in a deep dive, basically. And no further elaboration, he just says, the Journey members are returning. So apparently Alex Hunter, and I forgot the other guy's name that was like the rival. Yeah, I definitely am not going to think of his name, but apparently they're going to be back, which is interesting. I don't know in what way. If maybe they'll have Ultimate Team cards somehow, that would be kind of interesting. Or maybe they'll just be in head-to-head in like the free agents pool. I mean, it's hard to say, but it'd be interesting to have them in Ultimate Team again with some cards or something like that if they pop up in a promo randomly. But he literally explains nothing. He just, no elaboration, so I don't know. But okay, now we have an icon leak for FC25. It is going to be Miyama, a Japanese women's icon, and Fut scored as a brief little description of her, apparently. And Weaver says, "You killed the man, but not the idea." And yeah. And the little blurb says she won the 2011 Women's World Cup. So I guess that she's, best known for that. So, all right. No idea if she'll be good or not. Can't tell you, but another icon on the way. And here's a quote from EA I thought was quite interesting, and you might like to read it. Now, keep in mind, I'm no game dev by any means, okay? If you're a game dev out there, you happen to know a thing or two about game development, tell me if I'm making fun of something that should not be made fun of, okay? But let's read EA's quote here. We've got, increasing the number of players on the bench from 7 to 9 is not so easy. You have to load the player fully, including the player's physics, all their animations, and attributes. The player has to sit on the bench and be in the stadium. You have to put it all in memory. As soon as we can do it, believe me, the team feels like we can finally do it. Or, okay, we're going to invest 3 or 4 months just to make this change that seems small, but requires a lot of effort and coordination with many people. They spent 3 or 4 months on substitutions? From 7 to 9? Yeah, no wonder we're cooked. Maybe I'm wrong, and this actually does take a lot of effort, but man, you have billions in terms of resources. How the fuck is this a huge 3 or 4 month process from 7 to 9 players on the bench? I mean, holy shit. That's a crazy quote. That's like a quote from, that's like a satirical quote you see on The Onion, making fun of EA's trillions of resources to then just add no features in the next year's game, right? GPU cloth as well. Add this to The Onion article. We got GPU cloth from Rodri's sliding goal sliding celebration after he scores. Like, okay, I mean, it looks cool, but it's just hilarious. These types of features that get added in every single year that are I guess interesting, but we see these like every year. Cloth improvements and grass improvements and yada yada yada. What the fuck? Futbin, are we good? Okay, there we go. If you guys don't know, if you're new around here, which some of you guys are, I talk about the market a lot in the beginning of the year a lot. Like I haven't for the last month really talked about the market much, so I just don't care. So when I don't know as much and like I'm studying it all the time, then I'm not gonna give you guys advice on some shit I don't really know what I'm talking about. So when the game begins, I give a bunch of trading tips and a bunch of ways to make coins. We talk about investing and all different kinds of things too. So for FC25, if you want some more of that content, you'll see more of that in this channel. You'll see some stuff like this. Bronzes right now, by the way, are 500 plus coins. They are 550, Unique Riggers says. I think they're 500 coins if you want them to sell immediately. So if you have some rare bronzes in your club right now, this guy's over 1,000. We might be back, he says. Yeah, if you have some rare bronzes you want to get rid of, they're 500 coins at least right now. And we'll always talk about little tips like that on the channel, but especially at the start of FC25 and for any game in the future that comes out, like, we'll always have tips at the beginning of those games. So, okay, now on to your comments, and then we'll open our icon pick. So, Ricochet says, how do you be unpredictable? I've been playing the game since release, and I've been in Div 5 the whole game. It seems I'm being overrun and crowded the whole time. How can I fix this? This is a comment on my 5 tips to instantly improve video. So, unpredictability, the main thing I can always say about improving your game, becoming unpredictable, becoming fluid in attack a lot more is honestly walking. If you do not sprint all the time, you are going to immediately start improving in so many different ways. One of them is being more unpredictable because you can turn quicker when you're not sprinting. Once you learn some skill moves, combine that with not sprinting and you will become so much more unpredictable. Mix some R1 dribbles in, mix some sprint dribbles in occasionally, right? And obviously you want to get comfortable and learn a lot of different types of things like R1 dribbling and a few different skill moves, mix those in obviously, right? But the main thing, number one for me, is just don't sprint. Start walking, start crab dribbling, L1 dribbling around, or, you know, just moving slowly, and you'll immediately become way more unpredictable, and that's the easiest tip I can give you. And there are a lot of comments talking about just like weird FUT champs, points, glitches, and experiences, and I'm just like, how the hell does this happen randomly when there's seemingly no update regarding anything with FUT champs points? Because remember that update came out, I want to say it was last week maybe. There was nothing revolving FUT champs. Now, of course, there could have been something that they fixed or tweaked that wasn't in the patch notes, but they could say that and be like, hey, we fixed or tweaked this one thing and it ended up breaking this thing. We're going to fix it. Instead, radio silence all the time. Oops, like we made a mistake. It'll be fixed in the coming days. Nothing's really been fixed yet. The worst part of it, actually, I take that back. The worst part of it, like when there was that 1 or 2 days where you couldn't play without it being glitched, that's fixed. But you have situations like this where this guy just played a game and he drew in 120 minutes, went to penalties, won in penalties. The game gave him 1 point. Like these glitches are still happening, and it just shows you how seemingly fucked up the inner workings of the game is, because things can break that have nothing to do with each other. And I say this a lot, but and it was pretty 50-50 in the comment section yesterday about people that are really happy people are getting banned for this, and then people who are not happy people are getting banned for this. And I guess my take, well, I kind of already said my take, but my take is that this is not a glitch that really hurts people. Like, it's not a glitch that is that big of a deal to me at all, especially in August. Like, it's not that big of a deal. All you did was basically give people wins, and it just helped. That's all it did. So if you ask me, I don't think you should be banned for it, but at the same time, anytime you do a glitch, you're always risking getting banned. Like, you have to understand that it can be justified when they ban you, but also at the same time, it can be pretty petty because it's just such an easy glitch and like doesn't really, it's a harmless glitch. But also if EA did ban you for it, you can say it's kind of petty, but also you did glitch, so it's deserved to some level. So that's kind of my take on it. I know it's sort of fence sitting, but if I had to choose, I'd be like, why the fuck are we banning people for this? If you could say get that Holland really, really quickly, then it'd be different. But to get that Holland, you had to do like 1,000 of those glitches. It's like, okay, at that point, it's not like people were farming a ton of XP to get to Holland. So, okay. Well, let's just open this pick. I will not do a nation reveal. I'm just going to rip it open. I can't seem to get really good luck on anything recently, but it can all change with one pull. If I get Johan Cruyff, I'll give away a copy of FC25 to one of my lovely subs. So, okay. Cruyff third slot. Heard it here first. Okay, well, there it is. I'll take Zambrotta because I'm more likely to use him, I guess. But, okay. Another day, another shit pack pull. But we got something better than I did. Love you all. Thanks for everyone's own, please.